Orga followed James to the car. James didn't know what to say or how to say it. The reason I called you is to tell you that I am here whenever you need help. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, and you don't have to worry about the prosecutor. Everything is covered. Orga blushed. Thank you, sir, for everything you've done. We really appreciate it. Whether it's the trial we just won or the dinner party with my team, it's all priceless. James wanted to make sure Orga saw his good side. Would you mind if I gave you a ride home? It's already 7:30 p.m. No, we're fine. We will take a cab. Please don't struggle yourself. You know it's not safe for ladies to be alone at night. Come on, tell your friends to come over. Sir, please. This is so nice of you, and I really appreciate your concern, but we're of low class. There's a place that's not for us. Please allow us to take a cab. James was not going to let it go. It was his chance to get to know her. Okay, here are the two choices. Coming to my car and allowing me to drop you home, or we all take a taxi, because I am not allowing you to go alone. So, you choose. Is there really no other choice? Orga asked with a shy smile. No, you only have to choose between the two. Go talk to your friends, then tell me what your choice is. Orga glanced back at her friends who were chatting and laughing nearby. She felt torn between her desire to be polite and her instinct to accept James's offer for safety. After a moment of deliberation, she turned back to James with a grateful smile. Okay, sir. We'll accept your kind offer, she said softly. Thank you for being so considerate. It means a lot to us. James nodded, relieved that she had agreed. He gestured towards his car, a sleek black sedan parked nearby. As they walked towards it, Orga couldn't shake the feeling of being out of place. She was accustomed to a different kind of life, one far removed from the world of luxury cars and well-dressed businessmen. James gestured to Nick that he wouldn't need a driver. He was going to drive the girls himself. Once they were all settled in the car, James started the engine and pulled out onto the busy street. Orga couldn't help but feel a pang of anxiety as they navigated through the city traffic. She was grateful for James's presence, though, and found herself relaxing slightly as they drove. No one spoke in the car, so James decided to start a conversation. Well, I haven't eaten anything since morning. Why don't we go grab something to eat, then continue? Maggie was over the moon. She thought to herself, Orga, please don't disappoint me by trying to act independent. We need this food. As a matter of fact, our fridge is empty. Besides, he will buy us good food. Orga looked behind her, where Maggie and Raula were seated, and they all showed their excitement to accept the meal offer. Maggie was a foodie. She could never say no to food. James was silently observing what was happening in the car. I think I won this time. She would have said no if it weren't for her friends. Now I know her weakness. Her friends. James parked in front of a cozy restaurant, and they were welcomed warmly. As they settled at their table, James had to make sure Orga's friends liked him. He knew that they would be discussing him when he wasn't around. He had to make the right impression. Let's start giving orders. Order anything you want. If you want takeout, feel free. The waiter started with their drinks while waiting for their food to be served. You two know me. Orga is my employee, and Maggie, we've met before. Only your friend doesn't know me. So, Orga, tell me about yourself, James said, breaking the silence. What do you do when you're not busy working? Something that's not on your CV. Orga hesitated for a moment, unsure of how much to reveal. But something about James's easy demeanor put her at ease, and she found herself opening up to him. Well, when I'm not working, I like to spend time with my friends, read books, and stay at home. Yeah, we don't have much, but we make the most of what we have. I like it when my friend Maggie is home. She's a great cook. Maggie smiled and said, Such a boring life. But don't worry, I will always be there to cook for you. Do you guys know that Orga can stay indoors 247 for a whole year? She's never had a boyfriend, and she's not good at drinking. Back in college, whenever a guy used to approach her, she would come to me and say, "Maggie, how do I tell him I can't do it?" She's so afraid of guys, afraid of being hurt. She's never had a crush. I can bet my life that she's still a virgin. A virgin? Wow, Raula was surprised. That means no boyfriend, no ex, no one time. Maggie just said everything that James wanted to hear. He knew he had found a girl that you could not find elsewhere. He was so happy to hear that. As they all laughed, Olga was embarrassed and mad at Maggie. She thought to herself, why would she say such things in front of a man? She burst into tears. That's me. That's what I like. Why would you guys laugh at me? She asked, feeling offended. Everyone was taken aback. Maggie didn't know how to react. It was her first time frustrating Olga. They had been friends for so long, but had never had a misunderstanding. Olga, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I know we weren't laughing at you. It's just that your lifestyle is unusual to others, not to me. You know I love everything about you. Please don't be angry, and I am so sorry if I offended you. Olga, realizing that she was being cranky and belligerent, sat down again. All right, Maggie, I am so sorry. I got angry for no reason. And please don't talk about these things again when people are around. And this is not just any person. He's my boss, Maggie, the CEO of the company I work for. But of course, an apology is accepted. Thank you, baby girl. I can't bear a second of you being mad at me. Let's find another topic to talk about. As they continued to chat, Olga found herself growing more comfortable in his presence. Despite their different backgrounds, they discovered they had a lot in common, from their love of good food to their passion for justice. By the time they arrived at Olga's apartment building, she felt like she had known James for much longer than just a car ride. She thanked him profusely for the lift, feeling genuinely grateful for his kindness. James drove away, and he couldn't help but smile. She's one of the rare girls to find. He called his friend William. Please, I have good news. Come to my villa. Let's have a drink. He was blushing like a little kid. Perhaps their chance encounter at the graduation ceremony had been more than just a coincidence. Perhaps it was the beginning of something bigger than he had ever expected. Only time will tell. The girls entered their shared apartment, and Raula was still with them. She was going to sleep over. Maggie and Raula were so excited to talk about their friend's admirer. Olga, you shouldn't miss the chance to date James, please, Olga. Did you see him eating and smiling? He's so perfect.